All right, so welcome back. This is video number 8. We're going to talk about sponsored posts. So congratulations, you've reached the end of this video course, and this is the last video. All right, so if you just started out with Instagram, it's obviously hard to make money right off the bat, right? Because you don't have anybody following you. But how do you grow your account rapidly? Well, there's actually a way. You do have to spend some money. So if you're looking for a free way to do it overnight or over a week span time, you're not going to be able to do that. So you're going to have to spend about weeks or so building up your Instagram profile. And the way you do that is simply by posting a lot of images. Now, using sponsored posts is a great way to leverage people who are bigger than you that have huge amount of followings. So you could either approach people to do this, or you could go to sites to do that, which is a lot easier. But this is not a hack. It's not a software. You're simply leveraging Instagram users with large followings. So I could approach somebody who's a scuba diver, maybe that guy who's not even selling anything, and ask him, hey, I noticed that you have 117,000 people. I was wondering if you would be willing to create a post for me directing people to my scuba diving product or something. You could even say, hey, I'll give you 50% cut if you do it for free or something. So you can negotiate in different ways doing that. But I recommend that you start out using some certain sites that I'll talk about in just a minute. So what you're doing is you're leveraging people who have followings and saying, hey, can you sponsor me, promote me, basically. Now, this is how big brands actually are able to build really fast followings. So if big brands are doing this, this is something you can do as well. So a lot of big brands have found that they can't just move into a market and just dominate the market. They have to gain trust. And the way they gain trust is they buy a lot of sponsored posts. So you basically pay them anywhere from 50 to $100 to get them to post. Now, some of these sponsored posts are really big Instagram users, and they'll charge you thousands of dollars. So obviously you can't start out with that unless you have a lot of money. You could do that, but I don't recommend that you do. But this is something that you could do and you can make money as well. So I'm really talking about this right now as of building your profile, but you can use it as you grow. Let's say one day you have 10, 20, 30,000 followers. You could also sell sponsored posts as well. So, like I said, a lot of brands realize they cannot reach specific audiences, especially because nowadays people want to connect specifically with people that they identify with. How do you go about leveraging small bloggers' audiences like these big brands? So what you do is you find Instagram influencers in the specific niche that you are around. You pay them, and you pay them to do a shout out. So you can do the same thing. You can easily get people to do a shout out about your profile, your product, and your service, which is basically your profile. So that's why building your brand is key. So you want to make sure you build somewhat of a profile first. Maybe spend about a week or so populating it with beautiful images first before you get people to your profile. Because let's say that you purchase a $100 shout out and you get people to your profile. If people don't like your profile, it's just like a sales page. If people don't like the sales page, they're not going to stay. They're not going to follow you. So you want to make sure that you populate it to a certain point where you have beautiful looking images. At least the 9 first images are really good. And you track that specific type of person who is seeking that specific type of identity, that specific lifestyle. And then you start utilizing these methods to build your profile. So think about it. If you find a scuba diver user that has 1 million people driving scuba diving fanatics to your scuba diving training center, I mean, think about how many targeted prospects you're going to get, right? See how powerful this is? So let's talk about a short list of where you can go to actually do this. You can go to shoutcart.com. and pay people money. The nice thing about this is you can come here, you can find people specifically targeting specific demographics and specific interests and specific hobbies. You can go to buysellshoutouts.com. You can even go on fiverr.com. Although I would warn you, if you go here, you'll notice that some of these Instagram profiles could be developed with software. The software generated tons of followers. They could be fake. So you want to keep that in mind. A lot of Instagram profiles have a lot of fake followers. So you don't want to be paying somebody $100 or even $500 for that matter to send somebody like fake people to your profile. So that's just something to think about on both ends and something to protect yourself with. So you can do this one little hack to build your profile, and as you grow, you can do the same thing and sell these types of sponsored posts. Now, keep in mind that when you do this, you do need to kind of let people know, hey, this is a sponsored post. Because due to FTC guidelines, you need to have transparency, and they want to make sure that you're letting your followers know, hey, this is a paid post. Somebody's paying me to post this, kind of thing. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this video course, and just go ahead, implement these methods. Really what it comes down to as a recap is finding that lifestyle, finding that identity, building that brand, and attracting the right person. So that really comes down to conversions, and then traffic and all that. The higher your conversions are, the higher you're going to convert your traffic. So rather than, you send 100 people and only one person converts into a follower, you could send 100 people and even 20 people or 30 people would actually convert into a follower. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this video course as much as I enjoyed teaching it. And without further ado, make sure that you implement and take action.